guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel for part 2 of what you can do at home with your kiddo if they are home with you from daycare, preschool, or any kind of public school and they are preschool age or lower elementary. So I'm going to be focusing more so on preschool age today. That's like the 3s, 4s, and 5-year-olds. And I'm going to show you some things that you can do with your kiddos at home in that age group. So let's get started. And if you enjoy this video or find it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and share. Thanks for watching. Okay, so one thing you can do to work with your preschooler or even your child that will be going into kinder next year is to work with them on their name. So I have written Aubrey's name. Now this is her nickname. So of course, if I were doing this, I would write out her whole name, Aubriana. But what you would do is you could write it on a piece of construction paper. And then I have some sticky notes with her letters. So what she's gonna do is put them in order to spell her name. So you could do this activity with stickies or with cut up pieces of paper or index cards. So all she would do is put her letters where they belong to spell her name. So A-U, and TJ is still with me. B, sorry guys, I'm trying to work with one hand here. B, R, okay buddy, R-E-Y. And if your child is old enough, then have them write it. So they would look at yours, put it together with the sticky notes, and then they can write it. And if you need to, if they're old enough to write it by themselves, have them write it by themselves, and you can show them proper pencil grip. Okay, or if they're not old enough to write it by themselves, you write it for them and then have them trace over your letters. And then maybe try to write it themselves. So that's one thing you can do with their name. Another thing is you can do letter recognition. So even this, you would have your child tell you that this is a capital A. And that they start their name with a capital A because that's their name, a name of a person. Okay? You could also talk about uppercase and lowercase letters. You can have another A written on another sticky note or piece of paper and then have them put those together and say A. Have a capital B and a lowercase b, have them match those two and say that's the letter B. That's another activity you can do. I have a bag of letters here so that Aubrey works with and some numbers. So if you have something like this, you can have them take these out, tell you what the number is, maybe even like a sensory activity. I know we don't want to waste food, but if you had like a bag of rice or something, or if you wanted to use a bag of rice or a bag of beans a little bit to not be wasteful, you could always put these numbers in there, and then that's fun for them. So they can like dig in there and reach in and pull it out, and then they can tell you what the number is because it's kind of like a fishing hunt or something. You could also put some shaving cream on a cookie sheet or a piece of aluminum foil at your table and have them use their fingers and write the number or write the letter of the alphabet for preschool age. Another thing that I used to do with my preschoolers is I would take the number and I would have it out. Sorry guys, I have so much stuff on my table trying to show all of this. So I would take the number out, and then I would have my kiddos do one-to-one correspondence, and I would just have them counting out eight of something. So 8 coins. You don't have to be specific with preschoolers. They're not being taught about money yet. So just being able to pick out 8 cotton balls or 8 Q-tips. I'm sorry, that's in the way. 8 Q-tips or 8 coins and match them to the number 8. You could also have your kiddos reach in here and maybe pull out the different numbers and put them in order. So 7, 8, 9, 10, that kind of thing. Again, if you don't have numbers like this, you could write them on sticky notes or index cards and have them do it that way. There's also letters in here so that they can go fishing for the letters, reach in the bag, tell you what it is. That's an M. And something different like that. That is something that you can do. You can go on a hunt in your house and have your kiddos tell you what color it is. Another reason why I like numbers like this is because they can be used for multiple uses. You could also talk about the different colors. So every time they put a number down or after they order them and count out, ask them, what color is that? What color is that? What color is that? You can say, okay, let's go around the house on a hunt and let's find everything that's blue. And then you can find everything that's blue. Let's go on a hunt around the house and find everything that's red or yellow. Those are different things that you can do with your preschoolers. And it's fun for them, so it doesn't feel like they're necessarily being forced to learn. The sight word hunt is also something that you can do with little preschoolers, or if you want to, do it with letters. Put the letter A on there and the letter B, every letter of the alphabet, or just a few if your child's just learning, and put it around the house and have them go around the house and find it and tell you what letter it is. Okay guys, so really quickly, another thing that you can do if your child has Legos or like building blocks. This is another cool thing that I used to do with my preschoolers, and this is for preschool age. Some kinders may need to do this, but number recognition. So knowing that this is number 24871, you could do that with sticky notes, index cards, the numbers written down, or the numbers. I have these from Aubrey. They're like foamy letters. Some Dollar Trees have these, so you may be able to find these there if you're okay with going out. But you can have them take the Legos or the blocks and have them put together the amount of blocks that represent that number. For example, for 2, you would have them count 2 blocks, stack them together. Here's my little buddy TJ, and have them set them next to the number 2 to represent 2. And you would do the same thing for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have them count them, have them put it by the number 4. And you do that for each thing just so that they understand that that number represents this amount of objects. This number represents this amount of objects. And that's also something cool that you can do. I know a lot of kids have Legos or some sort of blocks that they can assemble and put together, and so that's considered a manipulative because it's hands-on and they can touch it and manipulate it. So that's another thing that you can do for numbers and counting. We'll do a shape hunt. So if with a preschooler, I would say, okay, what shape is this book? Oh, that's a square, great. What about this for the box of diapers? Oh, that's a rectangle, great. What about this lid here? What shape is that? It's a circle, great. Those are different things that you might want to do with your preschooler, and it's gonna be simple. You're not gonna talk about faces and sides and all of that. For preschoolers, you can also watch movies and read stories to them. Of course, they love those kinds of things. And you're not gonna necessarily talk about what happened, but you could talk about what happened in the story and talk about how the character felt, maybe. Focus on emotions, because with preschoolers, you're trying to develop their social and emotional skills. So you could talk about, oh, whoa, look, that little fish ate that other little fish. How do you think that little fish felt? You could talk about that, to talk about feelings. That's something that we really try to work on with little ones, is feelings and feeling words, and being able to recognize when someone's sad or happy or angry by their facial expressions or their actions. So that's something that you could do. All right, guys, so I am done with this video. I hope you found it useful, and I hope that is very helpful for you and your kiddos. If you enjoyed watching, please subscribe and give it a big thumbs up, and share this video with anyone you know who may need help on finding out or figuring out things to do with their little ones. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. We'll be right back.